Alex the Car Doctor, back with another educational video for you guys. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you've been down with me since day one, welcome back. I love you guys for supporting me and sticking with me. Today I have with me is a 2016 Dodge Charger. It came in for the infamous oil cooler issue. These are basically plastic and they crack, and then they start leaking coolant and oil. But that's not what we're talking about today. Today I'll be educating you guys educating you guys on CV axles and drive shafts. Very important aspect of the car. The customer was saying sometime he'll hear like a how can I explain it? Like a wobbling sound, and when he said he goes in reverse, he heard another funny noise. So checked the car up, inspected everything, and speaking of inspecting everything, I'm gonna now bring you guys over to the drive shaft that came off this vehicle so we can discuss what was going on with it. Follow me. Alright, oh, by the way, I got my little mini mechanic here, Alex, the car doctor. What's up? He's been down with me since day one, ever since he was able to walk. He's been working on cars. I think I actually have a video on him on YouTube jacking up a power wheel. If you haven't seen that, I'll probably put a link in the up here somewhere to the video. Y'all can check that out. It's cute. Alright, back to the drive shafts here. This is the drive shaft that came off the Charger. Alright, so this is a drive shaft. It's a big long tube, basically, that connects the transmission to the final gear. Basically, what that means is the engine spins the transmission. The transmission is geared, so you can have better takeoff, better fuel economy, all that good stuff. The transmission has an output shaft. This connects to the output shaft of the transmission. It sends power down this rotating tube to your final drive, which is your rear end. Now you can see why this is so important, because without this, the transmission, the engine, none of that matters if you can't get power to your rear end. So what happened to this unit is the center support bearing. It's all busted. It's rubber over time, dry rot. It's supposed to be attached to this bearing right here, and it is not. It sits up in there like so. Bam. And when the vehicle, this bolts to the body of the vehicle, and this is basically what the name applies: center support. The drive shaft, sometimes they be so long, manufacturers will put a center support bearing in there to support the center of it, so it won't put a lot of weight on the output shaft of the transmission and the input shaft of your rear end. But when these go bad, your drive shaft will start wobbling around. Let me see if I make this be still. It'll start doing this number right here, and that's what he was hearing, this wobbling noise. All right, so, oh, by the way, your Chargers and a lot of other manufacturers have what is called independent rear suspension. Independent rear suspension. I said that right. Basically what that means, you have a rear end chunk and you have CV axles, more axles, or more, you have these CV axles. So it'll look sort of like this. You have your rear end right here that contains some gears. This spinning the gears. This goes up in the rear end. This in terms is connected, well, spins and connected to the wheel, and this what spins the wheel. Now, that's pretty much how it looks like on an independent rear-wheel drive car or independent suspension car. You can also find these type of axles, CV axles. CV stands for constant variable axles, CV axles. And they pay up. You mostly see these in front wheel drive cars and independent rear suspension cars or independent front suspension cars on 4-wheel drive. Well, not cars, but yeah, you can say cars. And this came off a front wheel drive car. This end goes into the transmission or rear end, and this end is able to turn with the wheel. And what normally goes on with these, you have these dust boots, and they will dry rot and start splitting over. Yeah, splitting. I'm messing up today with my words. Excuse me, good people. I guess I'm still a little asleep. It is early for me. These will split open, causing the lubricant, the grease to sling out. And when that happens, they have little ball bearings in here. I don't think you can see them. It's so dirty. But they have little balls, and they will get dry. And every time you turn, you will hear clicking noise. I try to mimic it. Don't laugh at me. It will be like click, 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 click every time you turn. Now, I've also seen, I have also seen where these will vibrate, meaning it would get play. When this is all hooked up, this shaft right here be moving up and down. And the customer or you guys will experience under acceleration, like you take off from a red light, the steering wheel will vibrate. And when you let off the gas, it'll stop. The same thing goes for rear ends. You will experience vibrating if this is doing this. So same thing. Now, this is another type of drive shaft. This is part of a 2-piece design, but for video purposes, let's pretend it's a 1-piece. Yes, you do have 1-piece drive shafts. Oh, thank you, man. See what I mean? My helper. You're gonna run this place one day, ain't that right, AJ? Yeah. All right, clean up. Okay, so let's pretend it's a 1-piece. Yes, you do have 1-piece designs, and I will bring one over just to show you and talk a little bit about it. But this have universal joints. I'm pretty sure some of you guys are familiar with universal joints. It's these little joints that kind of, cause this thing to flex like this. And what'll happen is, if you're not paying attention or inspecting your drive line, your drive shaft on the regular, these have like little dust boots too. They have like little grease boots, and over time they would just wear out, and the little needle bearings in here will get dry, and you'll start having play in your universal joints, and that'll cause a vibration. Quick story, tell you how, I wouldn't say lazy, but I be busy so much, I never really get a chance to bring my own car in here and service it. I'm always working on my for sale cars. I'm always working on customer cars. I had a 250, because someone took it. I love that truck. And I noticed a vibration one day. It's just a slight vibration. And I was like, I'll get around to it. And I took the truck to drop my kids off at camp one year. And it just got really bad. And I noticed big chunks start falling off from under my truck. So I pulled over and checked it out. My transmission tail shaft was falling apart. And I looked under there and I'm like, man, all this from a little U-joint. So it cost me a transmission. Any vibration is a bad thing. Do not continue to drive. Do not be like me. Oh, I get around to it later. It'll cost you a lot more money. Pull over, take the thing to a shop, or at least pull over and look at it and see what's going on. Take it to a shop, get it fixed, because it will cost you more money in the long run. But back to the drive shaft. These will wear out and cause vibration. Also, these drive shafts got to be balanced. So this is why you'll see a little weight. Sometimes these weights will fall off and cause the drive shaft to be out of balance. When that happens, you'll get a vibration tearing up things, just like I mentioned with what happened with my truck. Let me go grab a real one-piece design, because like I said, this is a two-piece. You can see it's almost the same size as this first half of the shaft here, so I'll be right back. Okay, this is a one-piece drive shaft, and how they achieve this is, first of all, they made it out of aluminum. Aluminum is very light, so it don't put a lot of pressure. This is very light compared to the metal, the steel one. This came off a Ford F-150, I think, or either a Chevrolet. I know they both use this type of big aluminum design drive shaft. Now, the benefits of, should I get into the benefits? I don't think that really matters.
Comment below if you guys want to know more about that.
I don't think it really matters, because when you get into the benefits and disadvantages, you really start talking to the performance guys, and I'm not really talking to a performance group of people. I'm just talking to everyday people who want to keep their car on the road for longevity. So I'm not going to get into that today, but I do want to discuss when it comes to repairing these things. For the Dodge Charger fans out there, this is the Dodge Charger / Dodge Challenger drive shaft. I think they use the same drive shaft. I'm not for sure. For you guys that know, please write in the comments. I would like to hear from you guys. I haven't really put the Dodge Charger and Challenger drive shaft side by side, so I don't know. I think they're the same, but you guys let me know. Y'all are pretty good at that. Now, repairing this. Unfortunately, Dodge does not sell just the center support bearing for this. They want you to replace the whole drive shaft. But what I'm doing for this customer, and I think the drive shaft is very expensive. Did we price one up?
$800 and something.
That's ridiculous for a steel tube, basically. What I'm doing for this customer, I'm trying it out. I am taking this drive shaft to a place called Driveline. It's up in Forest Park. I think it's Forest Park. I called them up. They say they can repair it. Once I get it back, I'll probably do a follow-up video on it and let you know how that turns out. I will also do an install video. Unfortunately, it won't be a takedown video, but hey, if we can install it, you can take it down. Pretty much the reversal process of, you know, taking it off. Now, when your U-joints go bad, what you have to do is, it's a lot harder, and sometimes it takes a special tool, like a press. So you can replace these U-joints, and if you want to see a video on me replacing U-joints, I will make it specially for you guys. But you gotta comment, let me know if you want that video, because I have so many other videos, but I will put that priority if you guys want it. See me replacing U-joints, and I'll walk you through the process of replacing U-joints on your car or your drive shaft, because every drive shaft the process is the same, so it'll work for pretty much any car or truck. CV axles. If you catch it earlier, really early, you can get a boot kit. I don't like doing it that way. It's very messy, because you have to disassemble your end of the CV axle. It comes with dust boot, new rubber, and grease. So you disassemble it, clean everything up, repack it with grease, and put it all back together. Very messy, and it does take some skill. What I recommend, just go out and buy another CV axle. Just replace the dang old thing. Get a good warranty. It takes out human error. If it's messed up, hey, give me another one. And they're not that expensive. They're normally between $60 to $150. Except if you have a Mini.
I was about to say, unless it's a Mini Cooper.
Yeah, I had a customer. He has this Mini Cooper. Great little car. People love their Minis, but he hit a pothole, and he brought it to me, and it was making this awful noise. I'm like, what is going on? So checked it up and looked at everything. And I was like, okay, I see that the wheel bearing is messed up. And oh, by the way, he's like, yeah, I hit a pothole. So I'm looking at the wheel. I'm thinking he bent the rim or something like that. On this particular Mini, it had run flat tires, so the sidewalls were very tough. So I think the tire and it put a lot of force. But anyway, he shattered his axle and just completely destroyed the internals of it. I was like, never seen a pothole do that. And that dang on CV axle
like
cost him
$900.
I'm like, where's the gold?
Nobody has it, and you can only get it from the
Yeah,
dealer.
the auto parts store kept sending me the wrong axle. The splines wasn't matching up, too short. I'm like, this is ridiculous. The type of Mini Cooper it was a 2013 Countryman S, if I remember correctly. But we had to get it from the dealership, and now he's back on the road, happy. I think that pretty much wraps up this video. Is anything I'm missing, sweetie?
No, I think you covered everything.
Yeah.
If you have any questions, write them down in the comments like usual.
Yeah,
He loves reading them and answering them. So
I love talking to you guys. And this platform is the only platform that I will actually give you guys car advice on. I don't do this for any other platform. I actually share my secret with Instagram today. I just feel because we're like, it's like a close thing with us. We're family, so I will give you all my secrets. I don't mind doing that. So always, any question pertaining to any other car or video, or I will try to help. So don't be shy. Write down in the comments. But, like always, like and subscribe. Alex the Car Doctor out. See you on the next video.